How excited are you?
Yeah, I haven't. We've just come back from the Gold Coast, so I think I've been doing a few things behind the scenes over the last couple of weeks, and it's been a bit of a touch wood moment. But I think it will start to feel a little bit more real over the next coming days. But I've already been receiving some really lovely messages. Obviously, it's a pretty cool milestone to reach, and it's something that I just never envisioned as a 12-year-old running around at Lockleys Football Club.
Feels like only yesterday you were celebrating your 50th. Does this one come around pretty quickly?
Yeah, absolutely it has. I think the 50 games took me, I think it was 7 or so years. So to be able to notch up a few more games, naturally we played 11 and plus finals last year. So we've played a lot more games over the last few years. So it's been nice not to have to wait another 7 years for a milestone. But you're very right about the 50. That certainly took a lot longer.
To pick up 100 games, I think it's 100th AFLW game for the club as well. How have you managed to avoid injury, suspension? How have you managed to always be available, particularly with the way you play as well?
Yeah, well, you've just named suspension and injury, and I think a few years ago I did receive a 3-week suspension, but was able to get off that one, and then I have been injured with a syndesmosis a few years ago, but played through that. So I've been hit with that kind of adversity, but I'm a real competitor, and I don't know, I've played with a broken ankle, so I'm not quite sure what would stop me from playing the game that I love, but I'm just a competitor, and the way that I prepare year in, year out has really held me in good stead, and I think it goes to show when you put the work in and you have a really good routine and balance to be successful and just be able to get up for each game. I think that's what I kind of put everything down to.
You talked about how surreal it would have seemed to you so many years ago. What about when you first came into the competition and it became a thing? Did it feel like playing 100 games would ever be achievable for a player?
It's a good question, and I think you get asked a lot, what did you think about the AFLW in the first year? And when you answer the question, there was 8 teams. So there's 18 teams now, so that kind of spells it out. It's been a remarkable, I guess, shift through the girls programs underneath, not only like the AFLW, the Sandful, the Sawful. You've got Henley Sharks that have multiple girls teams. When I played at Lockleys Football Club, Henley Sharks didn't allow girls to play football at their club. So it's been a transformation in terms of the women's game and the little girls running around, which has been super cool to see, because I feel like AFLW paved the way for that. But I think the best part about it is that, for the OGs here at the footy club, you touched on the 100 games, like we've been here since day dot. So we have a real sense of appreciation and understanding how far the AFLW has come, because we have been here since day dot. You didn't really know what it was going to be back in year one. We had a partnership with the Northern Territory. We had X amount of players up there training. We had X amount of players down here training. It was very different, and now we're here 4 days a week, pretty much as full-time athletes, envisioning what the men's program looks like. If you ask me, when I started playing back in 2016, 2017 for the Adelaide Crows, did I think that this was how it would be? Absolutely not. But I've rode every wave of it, and I get to play the game that I love and train every single day. It's pretty cool.
You'll be reaching the milestone with Ali Anderson as well. Have you guys had a little chat about, both jumping into the 100 game club together?
Well, we actually had a photo shoot at Adelaide Oval when we played them a few weeks ago. So that was a little bit interesting, because we had a few more games to get through. But we did have a moment at the Oval. We've actually, they won a premiership. They beat us on that Oval, but we were able to reflect a little bit, and it's super cool to be able to do it alongside Ali. I just think what she's been able to do for the game is remarkable. She's an Indigenous woman, and she's always held herself with great pride in that area, and someone that I've always looked up to. She's a little bit older than me, but she came through the quaffle, and she's been a remarkable player, and also really super consistent, because she loves the game probably just as much as I, and she's someone that works hard as well. So to do it with someone that has similar, I guess, like for like, it seems fitting.
A lot of memories would have been formed over 100 games as well. Is there any that stand out to you when you look back on the time?
I have been asked this question a lot, and there's too many, because I think when you play football, and Doc probably uses this every, I guess, year or game or final series, the best part about football is no team is ever the same. So when we've won, the 3 premierships, like, each team has been so different. So they all have unique stories to it, as well as the day. I think in terms of being a female and coming through the women's pathway of football, I can't really look back from the 2019 grand final when we packed out Adelaide Oval. I just think that was such a pivotal moment for women's sport, and to be able to be there playing the game and winning our second premiership, yeah, I just don't think that day could ever be passed. Yeah.
What does it mean to be the first to do it along with Ali?
Yeah, it seems just crazy because I remember Hugh McCluggage, I think we got drafted in the same year and he reached 200 games. So when you reflect on that and you kind of have an understanding of just how many years we've been playing 10 or so games, it's pretty cool. But I think, a few people have told me that it is a pretty big milestone, and to be the first alongside Ali to do it it probably hasn't sunk in, but everyone keeps reminding me and telling me just how special it is. So I think I'm just going to try and soak up the week as best as I can. But if you know me, I'm pretty to the game, and I guess we've had an interesting, I guess I've been calling it a little bit of a roller coaster start to the seasons. Obviously we're halfway, but we just need to keep striving to be our best. We haven't played a four-quarter performance, so as much as this week is going to be amazing, and I will soak it up, and it's an amazing milestone. Sydney are such an impressive outfit. They've only dropped the last 2 games, but from there they started the season in flying. We played them in the scrimmage earlier, and they were outstanding. So I know there's a few girls that are really looking forward to this game and hoping to get the 4 points because, at our best, we can beat anyone.
You mentioned Hugh there, and the regularity where we see 100 games in the AFL. Do you hope in a few years that this will just be a regular occurrence and we've just got players playing the 100th game every other week?
I hope so. We're still not playing everyone once, so everyone keeps asking, what do you want the AFLW to be? And it kills me that at the end of the home and away season, the AFLW, you look at the ladder and there's only 12 games and there's 18 teams. It just doesn't sit well with me that we don't play everyone once. When you look at a ladder in the men's, even then, there's a few double ups, but you do get to come up against you do get to come up against every AFL team once. I'd really love to see that happen in the next few years, so I'll keep pushing for that.
Do you feel like that hurts the integrity of the comp?
I don't think it hurts integrity because it's been something that we've always, in the first few years we only played 6 games, so there was 8 teams. We didn't, necessarily play everyone once. We did, but I feel like over the years we had conference systems one year. We've never played everyone once in the full 18 competition, so I don't think it takes the integrity away. But as a player and a competitor that's grown up watching AFL, that's something that I've just always thought that you certainly got to play everyone once. There is a system of if you finish in the top 4, you play X amount of the top 4s the following year. There is criteria the AFL use, but I think all of us players in the game just want to play everyone once and really have that 17-game home and away season.
Is there an EM 100 T-shirt or something that runs like Tex, or what are the girls doing for you?
Yeah, there is. They're yet to arrive. They're here soon. And even just being asked to do that up with a marketing team, I think that was pretty cool. I was able to contribute to that. I actually asked Madison Newman's sister, Hallie, because she's a graphic designer. She gave me a little tips, and so I went upstairs and said, this is kind of what I wanted, and they ticked it off. There's a super cool thing. It's got Noffy, but it's got 10 in the Noffy, so the designers have done a great job, and hopefully we see a few of the fans running around at Unley Oval with the Noffy 100 T-shirt.
I'm sure you have your family come most weeks, but you got an extra special group of people coming this weekend?
Yeah, well, my mum hasn't missed a game. My mum and her
100th as well.
Yeah. Well, she did. I was going to say she did through COVID, so that was kind of the only real roadblock. My dad rarely misses a game as well, so I'm really lucky and fortunate, and my parents are fortunate to be in that position to be able to, travel across Australia to watch me play. But I'll have all my friends and family there. They're probably a good group of 50, so they'll be rowdy. They're usually rowdy every week, but I'm sure for my 100th they'll be extra rowdy.